What up, Block fam? We've gotten a lot of questions on how to wash your Harley-Davidson, and we've got some recommendations on what to use to go from this to this. The results speak for themselves, and it's a simple 4-part process, so let's go ahead, jump into the video, and we'll show you guys how to get these results. Oh hey, welcome to an incredibly dirty Harley-Davidson. We've gotten this question pretty often. How do you clean your Harley-Davidson? I've been holding off on this video for a little bit because I wanted to share cool new stuff that we've got coming up, or currently out as of you seeing this, just to introduce the bike that we're going to be washing and showing you guys how to wash. This is a 2024 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide ST. This is the bike that I rode across the country from Las Vegas all the way to here in Florida. Trip A, we've got 3,247.5 miles. I think the bike got washed a couple hundred miles in at El Paso Harley-Davidson, but this bike has about 3,000 miles worth of bugs, pollen, dirt, grime on it. So we've left it just totally filthy. Took it to Daytona. A couple people wrote on the bag. Somebody also wrote on the fender. Heads up, if you guys see a bike that's dirty, don't ride on it. It could potentially harm the clear coat of the paint. Essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting all this grime off, and we're going to show you guys how to do it in a safe way with bikes. First off, do not use a pressure washer. If you do, be very careful around the electronics. We are going to start out. Just go ahead and jump in. A little plastic bag here, so you guys can use like a shopping bag of some sorts, grocery bag. There we go. So essentially what you want to do is you want to cover up the filter because you don't want to get that soaking wet. The process of it is pretty simple, but we're going to kind of explain what each part of that process is. First off, it's not usually recommended to do this in like incredibly bright sunlight just because it's going to dry the bike out a lot faster. So if you have a shaded area or if you're able to indoors, would highly recommend that if you're going to like a car wash or something like that. We live in Florida, so we're just going to show you here in the parking lot beside our shop here at Blockhead Garage. First things first, you got yourself a hose. So you're not going to want to like have it in a setting that's like a jet, right? You don't want it like really hard. You're going to kind of want to like shower. There are nozzles with adjustable settings. I'll be sure to link everything down in the description below. But first off, you're going to start in that setting and you're just going to like soak the bike down. What that's going to do is it's going to start to kind of get into all that grime. It's going to get that initial layer of gunk and stuff off. After that, you're going to take this bucket. So I've got a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket over here. Yeah, just a 5-gallon bucket from wherever. I'll be sure to link that down in the description below. You're gonna want a microfiber like kind of mitt. It's a wash mitt. We're actually working on a couple things for this as well. Big news here is this right here. So we've got some Blockhead cleaning products, which we've been working on for a while. So I'm going to be showing you guys these. We're going to be using these on this bike. We're going to get like a nice before and after. So essentially we're going to start with this one. We're going to set these to the side, show you guys how those are used, and then we've got this one as a little bit of a follow-up, which is a quick detailer. So we'll go over these throughout the episode. All right, so first up we have the Blockhead Moto Suds Vehicle Soap. This is a hyper-concentrated wash shampoo that produces thick foam when applied with a foam cannon or wash bucket, which lifts dirt and grime. Our soap formula is safe for use on most vehicle surfaces, is pH balanced to prevent stripping existing sealants on your paint, and it rinses easily and leaves a film-free high-gloss shine. The Moto Suds, which is a vehicle soap, so you guys can use these on more than just motorcycles if you want to use them on vehicles like your cars as well. Directions and whatnot, some warning stuff all on the side here, and this is, as you guys can tell, a very viscous soap. It actually smells really good too. So it's got a pop top just like that. We're going to squeeze a good amount of that in there. I think there is an actual measurement, but I mean, use it liberally. The more you use, the more suds you're gonna get, and this stuff is super sudsy. Do not set these on the ground. That's a very big thing that I see people do. They'll just set this on the ground. If you do, it's gonna pick up sand, dirt, all that stuff, and then whenever you go to dunk it in here, whenever there's water and suds, you know, you don't wanna get that sand and stuff on your bike because that's gonna potentially scratch it. We do have some microfibers for afterwards to dry it, or meet my little friend, DeWalt brushless leaf blower or blower. Highly recommend grabbing you guys like a blower compressed air, something to basically dry the motorcycle, because you're going to be able to get into all those little nooks and crannies. So let's go ahead, we'll jump right into the process. So you can do this one of two ways. Add some water and then put the soap in and then spray in. You can do it without the nozzle on here. I like doing it this way just because it gets more suds, and we're definitely looking to get those suds. So like I was saying, we're just gonna soak it down initially. Air cleaner is covered up, the filter element is covered up. Do not use high pressure towards like sensitive electronics and whatnot. It is a motorcycle, it's meant to be ridden outside. You're gonna get caught in the rain. The manufacturers know that. There are seals and whatnot, you know, there's protection, but you do not want to take like a pressure washer or even a hose like this and directly spray the electronics. So be careful around electronics and whatnot. Also, do not spray cold water or wash your bike like right after you've ridden it. It's usually not recommended. People do it all the time at like bike events and stuff. If you take cold water and you spray it against a hot engine or hot brakes for that matter, you do have contraction and expansion of metal whenever you drastically change temperatures. So could potentially harm something. We've had it parked in the shade over here for a little bit, so it is all cooled down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let's get started. So from here forward, you do not allow the bike to dry. We're gonna make sure that we're keeping it wet. You don't want soap to dry on it, any of the water to dry on it, leaving like hard water spots. With our Moto suds, you can actually put it into like a spray gun. What the soap is gonna do is it's gonna set on the surface and it's gonna start to lift up all the contaminants, dirt, grime, bugs, all that stuff off of the surface. You guys can see, because it's directly in the sun, it's drying super quick. It starts to leave like a little bit of a film, so don't let the stuff dry. You want to work from the top down, because gravity, as you're spraying, water is going to basically like fall down to the ground. So you want to start from up here, kind of work your way down across the bike. At this point, we have a wheel and tire cleaner as well. This is our Blockhead wheel and tire cleaner. It is a ready-to-use non-acid foaming wheel and tire cleaner that is safe on all factory, clear-coated, painted, and chrome wheels. It's formulated to cling to vertical surfaces to make cleaning wheels quick and easy. This is a non-acid cleaner, and it's a little bit more viscous, and the reason we designed it like that is so that it would cling to your wheels and tires. This is going to remove a lot of that grime, brake dust, road contaminants. Other cars have like spilled oil and coolant and all that stuff that ends up getting on your wheels. Actually gets on your bike too, especially when it rains. There's just like brake dust, and so if I take my finger and wipe it, this is going to basically penetrate that, help to really get on it. Since it is non-acid, it is safe for a majority of wheels and tires. So it is recommended to get like a little scrubber, but even with just that, it's quite a bit different. It's gonna remove a lot of that grime. Like I said, it's formulated like a gel, so it's gonna kind of cling on instead of just running right off. Just let it set for a little bit, give it a scrub. That's the initial wash, getting the grime off. Essentially what I'm gonna do right now, shouldn't be doing this in the sun, but we are, because it's Florida. We're gonna go ahead and rinse it down one more time, and then we're gonna dry it. All that stuff whenever you have like more precise compressed air too, and you can really go in there and like focus on it. So that's the drying process. We're gonna go ahead, dry off the rest of it, continue inside, and we'll show you guys the next parts. And welcome to the Blockhead garage. We are inside now, air conditioned, amazing. Guys, I know you're gonna say, don't wash a motorcycle, don't soap in the sun. We couldn't do it in here. One, there's no drains. Two, there's Chris actually working on motorcycles and stuff behind us. Didn't want to interrupt him, so we did it outside. Dare to guess that most of you guys living out there, you know, like in an apartment complex or wherever, you can't wash a bike in your garage or, you know, in a shaded area. So do it in the sun, just keep it wet. It'll be fine. We'll prove it to you at the very end of this video with some delicious, beautiful B-roll. At this point, I've got some microfibers. I picked these up from Home Depot. It was like a 25 pack for like $8. They had them on sale. Before you use microfibers, tear these tags off. You do not want them on the microfibers as you're cleaning, because these are a little bit of a harder material and they will scratch your paint. So on any of those, remove those just like that, comes right off. Also keep 2 different colored ones because it does make it a little bit easier to keep up with, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold this one up a bit. This one is our Blockhead all-purpose cleaner. Our Blockhead APC is a medium-duty all-purpose cleaner and degreaser. It's formulated to remove tough dirt, grease, and grime from most exterior and interior components. If you guys want to use it on cars, it's recommended to dilute 4:1 for general cleaning, but for heavy-duty cleaning, use at full strength. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray directly onto the microfiber. And you guys can see like some of the areas here where there's like a little bit of bug guts left. That's really not gonna take much. And that stuff's just gonna get it right off. It might leave a little bits of a residue, like a streakiness, but that's what we're gonna follow up in the next part for. If you wanna wear gloves using this, you can. I'm not, just because I'm gonna be using it quickly, but if you're using it for a while, probably recommend wearing gloves. All right, so now that we've got most of those surface contaminants gone after the APC, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with our quick detailer. This is an SiO2 infused quick detailer. We call it our waterless wash. You can actually use this in between those major washes, so you don't have to use the Moto suds every time. If it's just, you know, like a light layer of pollen or something, you wanna just shine it up. We do have it in a smaller bottle so that it is travel size, so if you guys wanna put it in a bar bag, in your bags, it doesn't take up much space, and it does lock. You press that up, locks just like that. Here's some details real quick on the quick detailer. This is our Blockhead quick detailer or waterless wash. So our Blockhead quick detailer is a silica or SiO2 infused quick detailer and waterless wash that cleans, shines, and protects without the need for water. Our formula encapsulates dirt particles to safely clean without scratching or damaging your paint's finish. Blockhead quick detailer leaves behind a hydrophobic finish on all surfaces, including paint, chrome, polished aluminum, stainless steel, plastic, and glass. It contains no harmful surfactants, cleaning agents, or VOCs, and it's actually 100% biodegradable. Essentially what this is going to do is it's going to leave ceramic-like coating. You guys can't feel it, but like I can tell you, like you can probably kind of see it. You see how the edge of the microfiber is kind of bunching up. It's like tension on the surface to where whenever I'm pushing it, it's essentially grabbing the microfiber instead of it just gliding over the surface. Now I got this bike from Harley-Davidson bone stock. Like there was nothing done to it, no paint protection, no nothing like that. We just washed it, got a ton of bugs and guts off of it, hit it with the APC, and so the surface of it, it's very sticky. You know, it's like it's got a lot of grab to it. After this, it's gonna leave a hydrophobic layer because of that SiO2, and stuff's just gonna glide right off the surface. So this is gonna help you between having to wash it as much. So whenever you do get water on it, you know, some of that road grime, it'll basically wipe off a lot easier than having to like scrub at it. Also, this is a new microfiber. Do not cross-contaminate, so get you a new microfiber so you can do directly to the surface, or this is just a fine mist. And it smells so good. Freddie, how's it smell?
It smells good.
All right, so after you've basically misted, just gonna wipe in. All right, so we're gonna do a bit of a comparison on like just left or right side of tank. We did it on the fairing. We went ahead and used the APC on this too, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the quick detailer.
You can see the difference. Like it's in the paint versus not. You get the shine.
It really
smells good. It smells good. Yeah, it does. You can see the flakes.
I don't know what we're talking about. What's happening here? Which side looks better?
Yeah, left or right.
The right side.
Mind freak.
Yeah.
It's not actually wet. It's just our quick detailer.
Here's our solution.
All right, so we're gonna do the rest of the bike, and then we'll get some awesome B-roll for you guys, show you the finished result. I really wish you guys could, like smell-o-vision existed. I really wish that was a thing, because don't eat it. It says don't eat it on the label. Do not ingest. It smells awesome. Gone through the bike, hit it with all the products, the cleaning stuff. That's how to wash your Harley-Davidson. Would not recommend doing it in the sun, but if the great majority of you guys are like me, whenever I first started, you know, I lived in an apartment complex, pretty much had to. It is possible, just keep the bike wet, don't let any of the stuff dry on it. So yeah, it's a pretty easy process. Step 1, soak the bike down, get all that grime and stuff off of the paint. Step 2, hit it with the Moto suds. What that's gonna do is it's gonna get the soap on the bike, it's gonna lift all that stuff off of the paint, then you're gonna rinse that down. If you've still got a good amount of, you know, road grime and bugs and stuff, hit it again, focusing on problem areas, and then after that, dry it off. See if there's still some remnants of stuff left over. That's where you're gonna come in with like more of that all-purpose cleaner. That's gonna basically eat through that stuff and it's gonna get it off. Then at the end, you're gonna hit it with that delicious smelling quick detailer. Links to all that stuff down in the description below if you guys wanna try it out. So yeah, we're super excited to be able to announce that. You know, we've been working behind the scenes on this stuff for quite a while. We've been going through and really perfecting that formula. If you guys wanna give it a try, like I said, link down in the description below. That's a really big deal and you guys can see the results. You know, the results literally speak for themselves. The bike feels great, looks great. Do me a favor, you guys let me know your thoughts down in the description below. I'm sure there's many different ways to wash motorcycles. This is how we've been doing it for a long time. The results speak for themselves. Like I said, we could get really hyper detailed on some of this stuff, but we'll save that for a future video of how to detail your Harley-Davidson potentially. Thanks again for watching, guys. Till next time, y'all ride safe out there, stay vigilant, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.